Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Today in Bitcoin. Today is July the 5th, 2017. This is home of long-term cryptocurrency intelligence. Golden hold. Summer of the Bitcoin hoarding. Hey, thanks for the Litecoin. And before I left the United States, someone sent me Dash, and I just noticed that. Thank you, Mr. Dash, whoever you are, or Mrs. Dash, Ms. Dash. So speaking of Dash, real quick, I noticed that it's up in price, over $200. People are saying because of there's some South Korea issue that there's higher trading volume over there. I don't know if they're pumping it up. They're into it. It's the latest trend. Also, you know, when there's people are unsure about the governance of Bitcoin, when Bitcoin has its governance issues, people can get interested in Dash. So maybe that's what's going on. I thought I would mention that because, hey, it's over. It's surging. You got to mention it. Pound that like button, people, if you like it when Adam talks about altcoins. There's some people who don't like when I talk about altcoins. Dudes, I say only buy Bitcoin. I mean, come on. That's my thing. And we're going to obviously get into that because we're going to talk about a Bitcoin hero by the name of Simon Dixon. But before we get into that, I wanted to mention something about the Hong Kong meetup that I forgot to mention yesterday. There was a young guy there. He was 20 years old. He was talking about his mother. And he said his mother doesn't like Bitcoin because there's no customer service with Bitcoin. If something goes wrong, you can't complain to anyone. Very interesting. There's always there are going to be people who like their centralized form of money, and you know, if you're into Bitcoin and you want customer service, you probably shouldn't be in Bitcoin. There's probably some cryptocurrency that's got a customer service. Who knows? Ripple maybe does. I don't know. But I thought that was interesting. It just shows you we are in a little bubble here, and we got to see it from the outside world sometimes. That you know, there's some people stuck in really traditional ways. They don't want. Look at this shirt, by the way. This is my favorite of the cryptography shirts that you can get below 10% discount with the Meister code. Whoa, my screen just froze. But anyway, yeah, we have to consider all the newbies out there, and people are going to be coming from all sorts of different perspectives. Now, I want to mention this shirt real quick because it seems like even though I talk about where you can get the shirt, I had a show about the guy who started his own business based on art and cryptocurrency, which I really admire. And that's why I had him on the show, and that's why I sell his awesome shirts. People are like, well, why do you have a bank shirt on for Bitcoin? Because this shirt, it doesn't have anything to do with banks, obviously. But there's one that just says BTC that looks, and I'm looking at it over there. I have it hanging up. That looks like the Citicorp logo. And people are like, what? What's up with the Bitcoin and the banks? It's irony, people. It's like an ironic shirt. And if you check out the links below, you can see he's got all sorts of cryptocurrency shirts that kind of mock corporate logos. I mean, it's funny. It isn't. I'm not trying to make some statement about I like banks or so. I mean, people, use your heads for God's sake sometimes. My God. All right, that's a little bit of a rant. Another thing, people are like, Adam, you look really thin. And you know what? I am looking at this. I don't usually look at the way I look in this. I don't watch these videos, by the way, at all. I never watch my videos because I live through them. So I'm looking at myself right now. I do look a little thin around the neck. It's hot. I'm sweating. I run 20 miles a week. I ran 7 miles this morning. I'm the thin guy. I mean, yeah, I got some veins and stuff. But I'm in great shape, man. I can run People are like, oh, I would have an arm wrestling contest with you. Great. How about this, Fatso? Why don't we have a 20-mile run right now and see who does well with that, okay? So for me, it's about eating healthy, living healthy, and being able to move. So no, I've never, I mean, I lift weights and stuff, but no, I don't really gain weight at all. I eat very healthy, and I eat so much. When I eat, because I only eat in about an hour time span each day. I fast at least 22 hours a day. It's called intermittent fasting. Look it up. Whoa, this video just went off the rails totally. Okay, back to Bitcoin, people. So, man, it's the 4th of July week, so people aren't doing anything. Cryptocurrency was under $100 billion in market cap recently. Bitcoin dominance was up to 42% again. It's interesting. And so I'm going to get to I'm jumping around here. I want to address a Litecoin issue with that. So let's talk about Simon Dixon and his tweets that are out there. He's been hanging out with Jim Rogers. Simon Dixon was on this show before. Jim Rogers is a huge economic guy, and he obviously has some interest in Bitcoin. If he's hanging out with Simon Dixon, they're traveling around Asia, and Simon's talking about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. I linked to that a tweet about that. He shows Jim Rogers the Bitcoin hardware wallet, and but he is just a great ambassador of Bitcoin. Simon is. Speaks very well, very smart, very positive. There's no doubt when he speaks. He doesn't like, oh, we should be worried about Segwit. No, he is just a straight shooter, great ambassador. And his blog, I want to read this article that he just has that's out there now. He shares 10 of the questions people ask him a lot. And I get asked similar questions. Number 2, people keep asking me which digital currency will win. It's simple. Today, Bitcoin is the closest digital currency that cannot be, is a digital currency that cannot be forced to change by a few people pursuing their own agenda. Hence the scaling debate. Everything else can be forced to change right now. Very interesting point there, Simon. You're right. Number 3, people keep asking me if it's too late to own Bitcoin. I get asked that one a lot too. It's simple. It goes up long-term as long as non-speculative demand is greater than supply. Right now, demand keeps going up and supply keeps increasing at a slower rate. All right, so check out that. He has 10 questions there. They're all great. Another Simon Dixon tweet involves Ethereum and it not being capped. And he shows an exchange between Barry Silbert and Vitalik. And by the way, Ethereum Classic is capped, people. So if you like Ethereum and all the things it stands for, but you like capped also, well, Ethereum Classic. But Simon isn't talking about that. He says, been trying to tell people that Ethereum was not designed as a store of value and does not compete with Bitcoin as sound money. Listen to him. And I think he means Vitalik. Because Vitalik, in the exchange with Barry, it's not capped, people. It doesn't have like a specific cap right now. Like Ethereum Classic, 210 million. Like Bitcoin, 21 million. Pound that like button if you like this video being just totally out there right now. And it doesn't feel very structured to me. Send your constructive criticism to adam@tresorhelp.com. All right, so I had mentioned in 2 previous videos that the trading volume of Litecoin had surpassed Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's see what happens next week. Well, it's not next week yet, but sure enough, the 4th of July holiday is over, and Bitcoin and Ethereum, their trading volumes are higher than Litecoin. So, hey, maybe it was just because of what was going on with the holiday and people just not trading Bitcoin and Ethereum as much as they usually would. And I'm peeking into the chat. I see 21 million Club straight out of Mexico is there. Hey, man, I just want to say hello to you. Pound that like button, people. Pound that like button if you don't like it when I say pound that like button. All right, Ethereum dipped below 0.1. Bitcoin, I thought I'd mention that. Interesting. Who knows? I give a link. Here's 2 links you got to check out. Lauren Gamaroff, South Africa. His TEDx talk is finally out there. Good talk. Some of it I already knew about. Lauren growing up in a very small town. And obviously Lauren's family being from Zimbabwe. But it's an interesting TED talk. Michael Krieger has sent out, he put the video that he was in on this channel is on his blog now. I linked to it below. Tone Vays, you got to check out his video this week if you're a Monero fan. Again, he's very bullish on Monero again. If that makes you feel good, if you know, there's some people that love to hear positive things about their altcoin, especially when they're coming from Bitcoin Maximus Supremo, Tone Vays. And you know, it's funny that he does say positive. So then he's talking about Litecoin again. And he says short-term Litecoin. He's really positive about his short-term. But long-term, he compares it to Dogecoin. But hey, man, if you're a short-term thinker like so many of you are, and you don't care about the year 2020, even though I tell you it time and time again, then hey, don't worry, be happy. Just listen to Tone. So you'll like what Tone had to say. Finally, Blue Apron is a company that had an IPO this week or last week or something. And I don't like that company at all. I think it basically, they advertise, I hear it advertised, I think, on the Ben Shapiro show. I do like Ben Shapiro's show. Don't waste your time on politics, though, only if you have some free time. But no, this Blue Apron is a company that sends out ingredients to hipsters or yuppies or whoever with a lot of extra, obviously have a lot of extra money and are lazy bums who just, you know, they get the ingredients in the mail from Blue Apron, they're overcharged, and then they make their own food with that ingredients, or it's sort of already made a little bit. You know, instead of going out to the food store, paying a normal price to get the ingredients and learning your own recipes, they have it all sent to them for some high price. And I have a friend in New York City who was telling me about a friend of hers who has this done, who's like a bartender, who's using, you know, her non-taxable money, and that's her business, on this Blue Apron stuff. So I'm walking around Hong Kong this morning at the freaking seafood, where you buy the raw seafood, where guys are literally working on boats on the water, ripped Asian dudes. Like they're thin like me, but they are ripped dudes. And they're like straight out of the 1800s, how hard these dudes are working. Live fish jumping everywhere. And you can just, if you want to, and there's some regular dudes like me, that's where they get their fish from, and then they prepare it. You get it for low cost there. So I just compare it to here in Hong Kong, people are working hard. And that's all over all of China, I think. There are some hard work, and compare that to the Americans. Fat, lazy, have to have Blue Apron deliver their food to them. I mean, when I was down at today again at the seafood depot, the dudes on the boat, they're so hardcore workers. You see them just like urinating off of the boat. I mean, they don't give a darn. Actually, they might have had like a makeshift stall set up there. I mean, it is like the Industrial Revolution here. And this is the China aspect of Hong Kong. Obviously, there are some aspects of Hong Kong that are very Western. But again, we in the United States have the highest standard of living on earth. I mean, it is unbelievable how Blue Apron is a legitimate company because of how fat and lazy Americans are. So yeah, to tie it all up, yeah, Adam looks thin because Adam does physical activity, unlike the people who have to get Blue Apron. And by the way, at least the Blue Apron people are healthy. people. I give them credit for being healthy. Pound the like button for being healthy. At least they're not pounding down sodas and just gaining unnecessary weight. So there you go. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Check out all the people, the links below to all the people I talk to. I really respect them. When I mention someone like Lorian Gamaroff, like Tone Vays, like Michael Krieger, and like Simon Dixon, these are respectable, awesome Bitcoin dudes that you should visit their pages. And sure, they have different things to say than I do sometimes, but that's why you get different opinions. And just they're awesome dudes. Pound that like button. I'm going to check out the chat in a second. Bye-bye, everyone.